Hello everyone, I'm Larry Ridley and this is the NFL on EA Sports. The time for talk is over as we are just mere moments away from the Super Bowl. Two teams now have a chance to prove they are the best. It's the Seahawks going up against the Broncos. Now let's head down to Jim Nantz and Phil Simms for today's matchup.
Broncos, Seahawks, coming up here on EA Sports. We welcome you to Santa Clara, California for today's game. And you've heard it so many times. You've just heard it all over again. It doesn't get any bigger than this. So if you're one of the players, how do you handle the bigness of a game like this?
Well, so many things right there in that question, Jim. One, the players, they're used to being on stage. They love the spotlight shined upon them. They learned it from high school to college to now to the pros. But I'll say this about the Super Bowl. Here we are, Super Bowl 50. Look how far it's come since Super Bowl 1. It's hard to believe it's that big. And for the players and coaches out there today, I'll just say this. I promise you, if this is the first time you've been in this game, it's going to live up to everything you ever dreamed about it being.
What's the word from down by the benches? Danielle Bellini has the latest.
Thanks, guys. Super Bowl 50 is a very special milestone for the NFL. Super Bowl I was played back in 1967 at the LA Coliseum. As you recall, the Green Bay Packers beat the Kansas City Chiefs on that day. But I'm sure neither of those teams could have imagined the Super Bowl growing to be as big as it is today, guys. That being said, we've got two teams out here who desperately want to make history by winning this Super Bowl tonight to ensure they're the ones that are remembered and that everyone is talking about 50 years from now. Back to you guys.
Danielle, thank you very much. Now we'll go to the field. And Steven Hauschka is ready now to get this one started. Super Bowl 50 is underway. Bolton's going to start his return. Able to move past the 20 and brought down at the 23. One of the biggest icons ever at quarterback, Peyton Manning. Manning's ready for the snap, empty backfield.
Look at the signals. The D-line is all shifting down inside. They're expecting a run right up the middle.
Locked in on the football and has hold of it with two hands. Met by Thomas. Demaryius Thomas is now one of the biggest threats on the outside in the NFL.
Well, what he's turned into, Jim, is a polished wide receiver. I give a lot of credit to the coaches with the Denver Broncos, but let's be honest. Peyton Manning has made Demaryius Thomas a big-time wide receiver.
First and 10. A nice grab. No doubt he was going to hold on to that one.
That's a good job by the receiver, running the drag route across the field. These are not easy throws for the quarterback, but he sticks it right on him for the completion.
The Broncos will take the snap from the 40. incomplete as Daniels can't hold on. Demarius Thomas turned into Peyton Manning's favorite target in Denver.
He's always had the talent, and what he did, he put some knowledge with it. He learned how to become a precise route runner, and when you're a precise route runner, Peyton Manning will find a way to get the football to you.
The Broncos will take the snap from the 40. Throws the pass to Daniels. Gains 18.
Well, you guard the tight end close. Sometimes that doesn't matter. They're so big and they got long arms, they can still make the catch. Quarterbacks give them a chance, they get it done.
The Super Bowl. It's as big as it gets. And just the fan side of you, Phil, what sticks out in your memory, Frank?
Well, I think the game, one of my favorite games of all time, Jim, when you talk about the Super Bowls, the Steelers, the Dallas Cowboys, I loved them both. Roger Staubach, Terry Bradshaw, and I remember the Jackie Smith drop in the end zone. Just the emotion that came from him, from all the Cowboys and Roger Staubach. It was an exciting game to watch.
Wagner's all over the ball carrier.
What a job by the defense down on the goal line. They were playing run all the way. It was a run. They got the penetration, and they tackled the runner for a loss.
Second and goal from the 8. They'll run it here.
Well, we hear it all the time about red zone offense because it's so important. Are you going to get a 3-point try? Or are you going to score a touchdown? That's why this moment is so big.
Loss of 3 on the play. Manning's going to take it from the gun. Touchdown! That's the first one here at the Super Bowl.
Nothing like scoring first in any game, but when you do it in the Super Bowl, you can just times it by 10 because the pressure builds on the other team. They know they're behind. They want to score some points, and it just makes it tougher when you get on the board first.
Manning's going to have a tough time upstaging what he did on that scoring drive, passing for more than 80 yards against a defense that had no answers for him. And they bring it down at the 36-yard line. Wilson's heading out now. He'll, of course, be leading this offense today. The Seahawks snap it at the 36. Wilson's going to take off with it. Into the open. Wilson's taken down at the 46.
If you give him a chance, he will run the football. That's what he did that time. He tucked it in there and ran up the field and got a few yards.
First down. Offense readying for the snap. Marshawn Lynch is in the backfield. First down at the 46. Wilson running away from the pressure. And the reception by Doug Baldwin.
Wilson is just able to take advantage of the defense this time. They lose their assignments. They force him out of the pocket, and he's on the run. Nice job of finding the guy down the field and making the throw.
The Seahawks will take the snap from the 40. Malik Jackson chases him down.
That's a bad job by the offense that time. There's no doubt about it. The blitz by the defense, they do not do a good job of finding out where everybody's blitzing from. They let a guy come free, and that free blitzer, or as we call them, free runners, he gets the hit on the QB and takes him down.
Third and 12. Jackson's got it on the handoff. And he's going to be tackled, and that's going to bring us to fourth down. A nice stop by the defense here in the early going, and now they'll have to kick the football away.
Yeah, good job by the defense. Now, you know, they did their job. Now it's time for this offense to pick it up, take some chances, and start moving this defense around and be more creative.
The Seahawks will risk it here, going for it on fourth down. is out.
Pass interference. Defense. Automatic first down.
The defense at this point trying to keep him out of the end zone. After the long gain, let's see what they do here. Breaks free. Wilson's met after a gain of 8.
Well, that last play almost got him in here, and when you look at this, what do? Well, you just want to punch it in. There's a lot of different scenarios. You could do a play-action fake, probably get somebody wide open, or have a running back just jump over the top for the touchdown.
Defense ready in the goal line formation on this one. Jams it across the goal line for the touchdown. Clearly, they didn't let the early deficit discourage them. We're all tied up again, thanks to that touchdown.
Oh, shoot, of course not. It didn't get to him. You know, this is a game of adversity, and nothing ever goes right, it seems like. But that was a nice drive. Puts them in a spot right now where the game is even, and here we go.
The Seahawks with a PAT to tie the contest. Extra point is good. Got a tie game here now, and what's been a good one so far. The score's 7-7. The Broncos back deep, ready to receive. Caldwell is going to run this one out. And they're all over him at the 18-yard line. The Broncos offense taking the field again. They got everything they could out of that last possession, Phil. A solid touchdown drive.
Yeah, what a productive day so far for the offense. They're mixing it up well. They got confidence. The quarterback's throwing it well. This is a very good game so far.
Manning's alone in the backfield. They'll go shotgun here. Looking across the middle. Over the middle. And incomplete that time. Richard Sherman last year even had some talk up for Defensive Player of the Year. He was in the discussion.
Jim, he's a really good corner, and if you ask him, he'll tell you he's a great corner. My man can get it done on the field, and he can talk some trash.
That's out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, when you get in a situation like this, Jim, and you get 3rd and long, I'll tell you what catches a defense by surprise. Run a double move on the outside against the defensive back. Because everybody in the stands and the defensive players all think you're going to throw it short.
3rd and 10. Owen Daniels makes the catch. As the first, no one's going to get him now. Now they take the football onto the opponent's side of the field. That's his 3rd catch of the day.
What a nice throw and catch that time, but here it just shows you why you want to have a lot of speed on the defensive side. So when you make a mistake, what do? You make up for it by chasing the player down from behind and making the tackle. Good coaching on the defensive side. Everybody stays at home, they stay in their gap, and they hold that run to a short gain.
He'll stand back beyond the center in the gun. On his way. All the way home and all alone. Touchdown. That's a big way to get the momentum in your favor with that touchdown, Phil.
Yeah, nothing like it. Midway through the first quarter, you're on top of the other team, and you just feel like, hey, we got things under control, and you're putting pressure on the opposition to go out there and try to make something happen.
The Broncos with the PAT to come. And the extra point is good. Manning's going to have a tough time upstaging what he did on that scoring drive, passing for over 80 yards against a defense that had no answers for him. Baldwin's running this one out. Made right around the 32-yard line. Broncos defense comes back onto the field. Did not look so good that last series, giving up the touchdown.
Oh, you know the coaches are upset. My gosh, they ran some of the most elementary defenses that you can run, and they had mistakes by the defensive players. So they coached them up on the sidelines. We'll see if we see different results.
The Broncos defense brings in an extra member of the secondary. They'll go nickel. Gets about 4 yards that time. What player to watch on the outside? He caught a touchdown in Super Bowl 49. Is Doug Baldwin.
Yeah, he's just a receiver who goes up, makes tough catches. He just competes like nobody else, and there'll always be a spot in the league for him.
Wilson's now going to leave the pocket and tuck it under. That's a gain of 6.
Be alert for this quarterback to run the football when he gets the chance. He is excellent with it. He has a quarterback with the abilities of a running back.
First down at the 42. Lynch spins away from the hit. And he's on the sidelines out of bounds.
Good job by the defense. They stopped the offense that time on first down. Now the defense is in a good situation.
I'm at a football game.
And now they'll try over again on second down. Leaps in the air and has it. Another reception.
Yeah, he's playing football.
Incredible catch there by the receiver as he goes vertical and comes down with the football and the catch.
We see these incredible catches every single week. Right now, the most talented guys in the NFL might be the wide receivers. They can just do everything. Run, jump, run routes, and make these incredible catches.
The ball is knocked out.
Wilson's athletic enough to get out of the pocket. That's a really good job by him. But you have to give the defense a lot of credit. They shut down all the receivers.
Bring back out the offense to go for it. The Seahawks come to the line. First down marker is at the 48. It's Jermaine Kearse coming down with it. Defense has to be demoralized by that fourth down conversion allowed.
I think anytime on the defensive side when you give up a fourth down conversion, it is heartbreaking, and it has to be heartbreaking for the defense right now.
First down at the 33. Lynch looking out wide. Tackled at the 29-yard line. For the defense today, one of the best shutdown corners in the game today, a key to lead.
Yeah, he is. I think he's one of the top corners in the National Football League, and what makes him so unique, of course, he can cover receivers anywhere on the field, but he has great size for a corner. That makes him doubly tough to go against. Third long situations, a lot of coordinators in this league will run a draw play on third long. Why? Because they're just looking for field position, pick up a few yards, and then by some miracle, if the running back's able to make guys miss, break some tackles, and pick up a first down, man, that's just great.
The Seahawks have it at the 34. And Bob Miller has him behind the line of scrimmage.
When you blitz on third down, you hope to get to the quarterback. Here's why. Because there are less defensive backs back there. The chances of giving up the big play are pretty high, but the rush, they're quick enough. They get there, and they sack the QB.
The Seahawks have it at the 44. The Seahawks turn the ball over.
Turns the ball over on that.
The Broncos have tried to stretch the field vertically, and they certainly have. Manning's arm is one of the best in the league.
Long passes down the field that are completed. It's still one of the prettiest plays in all of sports. It just looks majestic, and man, has he been sharp today. NFL, there's going to be a lot of second guessing if you don't get it. So get ready for the second guessing. It is coming.
Manning comes out in the pistol. The Broncos have it at the 44. Nothing up the middle here. Wagner on the stop.
The Broncos offensive coordinator, he has to be frustrated by that play. I think he calls the right play, but what happens? The run loses yards. That's just a bad job by the offensive line.
Peyton Manning from the shotgun. He'll throw it over the middle. Looks but can't connect on the short throw.
Well, when it's third and long in a situation like this, I'm going to look at it from the defensive side. You know they're going to be careful, so make sure you come up and just make the tackle so they don't get those yards after the catch or a long run.
Manning's got everybody split out wide. The Broncos snap it at the 41. And this will be incomplete. It'll be a 3 and out.
The Broncos really don't have much of a chance of picking up this first down. It's third and long. Of course, the defense is looking for passes down the field. They're all over everything, and the pass goes incomplete.
All set to punt here. Seahawks set to take over here on offense, partner, and this team has to have a little chip on the shoulder right now after going for it on fourth down last time deep in the opponent's territory.
Yeah, I hope they have a chip on their shoulders because the defense just flat out whipped them. That's why they didn't get that fourth down attempt. You got to be tougher if you want to pick up fourth down situation.
I know there are a lot of people right now still wondering why did they just kick the football and go for the 3?
Well, when you start listening to the fans, next thing you know, Jim, you're sitting next to them. So you got to do what you think is right. That's what the coach did. I do not disagree with what he did.
The Broncos defense now is going to go nickel. 2nd and 10. Here's the handoff to Marshawn Lynch. Gets about 9 on the play.
You got to be big, strong, you got to be tough. And we saw all those qualities that time on that run. Look at the broken tackle.
3rd and short. Wilson with the give. Lynch looking out wide. He's brought down. That's going to bring up 4th down.
Lynch is going to be mad at himself after that run. He picked the wrong hole. If he'd have went the other way, he would have had enough space to pick up the first down. He is stopped. Now it brings up 4th down.
The Seahawks will go for it here on 4th down and a short yardage situation. Again, they'll lean on it. The Seahawks turn the ball over on downs.
Well, Jim, you have 4th to go. If you score the touchdown, you tie the game up. They go for it. I thought it was kind of a gamble, but I'll say this. It's a huge boost for the other team's defense. What a job by them.
The Broncos offense came out punching. Will this defense ever counter-punch, Bill?
I think it's about time the defense tries something different, Jim. Hey, look, this offense is good. They're playing well, but they're not great, and they're not unstoppable. So change what you're doing on the defensive side and turn this tide.
The line of scrimmage right at the 9. Goal to go. Handoff made. And Irvin's the one who made the big stop.
Oh, my gosh, it is the worst thing you can do on the offensive side. This drives coaches crazy. When you get down near the goal line, you run the football and you lose yards. That's just not being tough enough.
2nd and goal from the 10-yard line. The catch is made by Emmanuel Sanders. The defense a little jumpy right there. The defense on its heels. Football sits at the 5-yard line. The defense loading up on the line, getting set for this snap. Second and goal from the 5. Trying to break through right up the middle of the field.
Jim, I love these situations. Third and goal. What are they going to call? They're going to run the football. They're going to go with the pass. And if it is a pass, I would look for something quick.
Manning set. Everybody emptied out for this snap. Third and goal at the 4. Denver, touchdown. Sanders has got his 3rd touchdown of the game. I hope you have your blowout play. We have a review coming from the booth. As always, every touchdown is reviewed and verified, and it is now the word sent down. It is, in fact, verified for 6. The Broncos for the point after. He made it. The Seahawks are set to return the kickoff. The 30-yard line after that return. The Seahawks have failed to come away with points on 3 consecutive drives. Their offense takes the field again now. What's caused them to go silent here, partner?
Listen, let's give all the credit to the defense. They're being very creative on the defensive side. The coaches call the right plays, and they are just taking it to the offense right now. The more aggressive team is winning, and that's the defense. That's an excellent job by the quarterback getting a few yards there with the run. You know, when you play against him, of course, anytime he drops back to pass, you've got to be alert for the run.
First down at the 44. Wilson's on the move. And gains a few.
He is a good runner with the football, not like most quarterbacks in the National Football League. They design runs for him just to do it as a running back.
The Seahawks on offense here to start the second quarter. And the second quarter is underway with this snap. Snags it right out of the air with one hand.
What must it be like to be able to go down there and make a play like that? How about a one-handed catch? That was special.
Let's see what they do on first down following that huge play. Room to work. Wilson's met after a gain of 13. First down and 10. Almost picked it off.
Good job that time by the defensive player. He reads the quarterback, gets in position down near his own end zone, knocks that pass down.
Second and 10 coming up. Lynch is going to secure the handoff. Harris is all over that offense and brings him down.
The Seahawks put themselves in a tough situation here. On second down, you run the football, and what do? You lose yards. Now you got third and long coming up. You got to be careful in situations like this. Everything goes into the side of the defense.
Third and 11. Wilson's on the move. Wilson's pass will be incomplete this time.
You got to try to avoid this as a quarterback. Don't throw off that back foot unless you have to. When you do, there's just no way you're going to be as good if you had good balance. That time the throw's off the mark.
The Broncos with 2 extra defensive backs in the dime. Touchdown, and that'll close the gap in this one. And with that touchdown, they're not that far off the lead here early in quarter number 2.
Oh, hey, Jim, it turned everything around. Now they're right back in this football game, and, hey, they could get some confidence and start playing better on both sides of the ball.
The Seahawks lined up now for the point after. And no, it's a fake.
Nice job by the defense that time, stopping the 2-point conversion. It is so tough from the 2-yard line. So many things to think about on the defensive side, but they were ready that time.
Bolden's taking a knee here, so the ball will be spotted at the 20.
The Broncos take the field again on offense. They'll be looking for a repeat of their last drive. They came away with a touchdown and really had the defense on its heels.
Well, it's going to be hard to repeat what they just did because it looks so easy and it was well done by their offense. And I think when you talk about situations like this, it really comes down to one thing. Can the offensive line continue to dominate?
Anderson's lined up behind his quarterback as the single back. Manning with the give. Outside and nothing there as Thomas makes the stop.
Well, you're the offensive coordinator here in a third and long situation and you're winning a close game. You'd like to pick this up, but also you got to make sure you call a play that doesn't put the offense at too much risk. Tough call coming up here for the coordinator.
Third down and 11. And that pass is going out of bounds. Incomplete. And it'll be Colquitt back to punt. There to make the stop.
Well, only a couple yards that time by the punt returner. Good defense by the punt coverage team. They get down their speed. They hustle. They're all around him. They only give up a couple yards.
First down at the 35. And Marshawn Lynch with the grab. Still on his feet. Trail right now, but the passing game has been strong. Wilson's been dropping back and finding targets so far.
Yeah, you're saying it right. They are behind, but it's not the fault of the offense. The offensive line giving this quarterback protection, and when you give him time, he's one of the best in the NFL. Well, we see it more and more. Football thrown behind the line of scrimmage. They do it that time. Nice catch, but a loss of yards on the play.
Loss of 2 on that play. The Seahawks will take the snap from the 40. And picks up about 3.
Well, we still got a close game here, and you got to try to keep it that way. It's third and long, and you're losing the football game. Don't take a chance on the offensive side. Wait for your next opportunity.
The Broncos with a nickel look here on defense. Third down and 10. Wilson's going to scramble. And he's going to be tackled, and that's going to bring us to fourth down.
Russell Wilson is so quick, hard to get a good shot on him. Every time he runs the football, he knows to get to the ground just before the big hit comes.
Going for it on fourth down. The Seahawks from the 32. Baldwin's going to pull in the going pass. The Seahawks know that a fourth down conversion like that can be a momentum changer.
Oh, sure it can. It gives everybody confidence. You get to call at least 3-4 plays, you hope. And anytime you stay on the field longer in the NFL, the odds go up tremendously that you're going to get a score. Nice risk-reward play that time on the offensive side.
Wilson's now completed 4 in a row.
The offense is so close right here. They just need to show a little power and punch this in the end zone and get that touchdown.
Second and goal from the 3. Lynch is taking the handoff. Powers is way across. Touchdown. Here we are just about the midway point of the second quarter, and with that touchdown, suddenly the gap between these teams isn't that big.
Boy, it changed in a matter of seconds, didn't it? And now, can the defense take advantage of this momentum shift and be excited, go out there and make some plays and help this team maybe get in the lead before halftime?
And they will not convert here on the 2-point conversion. Good stand by the defense. The Broncos back deep, ready to receive. Bolden's not going to test the coverage this time as he takes a knee. The Broncos offense comes back onto the field. Let's see if they can move the chains this time, because the last possession was ugly. They weren't out there very long.
Well, Jim, you know how I think in situations like this, I think it's more up to the coach than the players. Call a play that really catches the defense off guard.
And they take him down.
Well, that's the quarterback's fault. My gosh. The safety, that's who he is supposed to look at all times. When he's under center and when he drops back, he takes his eyes off of him. And what happens? Well, he gets sacked.
Anderson's lined up as the single back. And it's swatted away.
That was an incomplete pass that time against cover 2, the 2 deep safeties. And you really want to throw the football down the middle or deep down the sidelines. That time the quarterback didn't do that. That's why it was incomplete.
Peyton Manning will be taking this one from the gun. He'll take the snap from the gun. He's wide open for the grab. That's his first reception today. The Broncos are up right now, and credit goes to the quarterback here, partner. Manning's been in rhythm so far today.
He has been in rhythm. He is hot. Some days, Jim, when you warm up, you know you have it, and that's what happened to this guy today. When he was warming up, he had it, and he has it again.
Taking it all the way home for the touchdown.
Another touchdown throw by the quarterback here in the half. And look, this guy is flat slinging that football today. There's no wonder. It doesn't matter. He needs a little small window. He can fit it in there. He is on fire.
Manning's resting on the sidelines as his defense will be coming out momentarily. He simply picked apart the secondary on that last scoring drive. Baldwin's got it. And he's taken down right at about the 29, not quite to the 30. The Seahawks looking for a repeat of their last drive as they get set for this next one. They got to the end zone on that possession, but of course immediately gave those points right back.
Jim, on the offensive side, everything is clicking. The quarterback's hot. The offensive line doing an awesome job. Receivers getting open. The running backs running hard. It is fun to watch.
Second and 9. Lynch slashes to the left side. That's a gain of 6.
Nice run that time. When you run the football like this over a period of time, it's going to wear that defense out. There's no doubt about it. Nice job by the offensive line.
The Broncos lined up in the nickel. 3rd and 3. Here's the handoff. Lynch looking out wide. He's brought down. That's going to bring up 4th down.
Lynch is looking for his place to run, but there is nowhere to go. The offensive line just gets dominated. Good job by the defensive line that time.
Decided now to go for it on 4th down and a short yardage situation. The Seahawks take it from the 38. Feeds him again. Sylvester Williams puts a stop to that. The Seahawks roll the dice and pick up the first on 4th down.
Yeah, I like that analogy. Roll the dice. Sometimes you got to take a chance and hope it comes up 7. Well, I don't know about the 7, but they pick up the first down.
The Seahawks snap it at the 41. And will cut down this outside run for a loss.
The Broncos defensive coordinator, my gosh, he is one happy guy. Anytime you get in the backfield and stop a runner and make him lose yards, that's some good stuff.
It's a 2 tight end formation. The Seahawks take it from the 38. Wilson's taking off. Running room. And that's a gain of maybe 5.
If you give him the chance, he will run the football. That's what he did that time. He tucked it in there and ran up the field and got a few yards.
The Seahawks take it from the 43. Here's Baldwin. That's 5 receptions on the day. The Seahawks have gone to the air here in the first half, and one wideout has stood out. Baldwin's been targeted throughout the first half, and he's helped his team big time.
All offenses, of course, they want to be balanced, but at this point, who cares? It's working so well, throwing the football outside that, hey, as long as you get the job done, that's all that matters. Got to give the defense some credit on first down. There's so many things the offense can do. They were ready for that play, and they stopped it.
The 37 is the line of scrimmage. Second and 11. Wilson's partial wraps up the quarterback and takes him to the ground.
Well, I know this feeling. When a blitzer's coming, nobody's there to block him. There's nothing you can do as a quarterback but try to protect yourself because you're going down.
Wilson's running away from the pressure. Incomplete, almost going in the other direction.
The Seahawks put themselves in a situation where the defense has all the advantage. They know the pass probably has to go down the field on 3rd and long, and they were ready for it.
The Seahawks don't want any part of punting the football. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Wilson's now going to leave the pocket and tuck it under. The Seahawks turn the ball over on downs.
The Seahawks decided to go for it on 4th down that time, and hey, it didn't pay off. And of course, the coach, look at him now. He is second-guessing his decision.
The Broncos now ready to take over again on offense. They were successful on their previous drive, getting the ball all the way to the end zone. I'm sure they're looking for more of the same right now.
Oh, absolutely. That's what you always want. You want to find your way to the end zone, and so many people contributed on that last drive, and you've got to give the coaches a lot of credit for putting the players in excellent position.
Players from both sides made an appeal, but the referees say it's on the defense. down at the 44. Peyton Manning looking down the field. Makes the catch, but didn't get the feet down. Incomplete. They went for the home run ball there, Bill, but just could not make the play.
Yeah, you want to do this. You always want to throw the football deep at least 4 or 5 times a game because you want to make the defensive backs uncomfortable. If you let them get comfortable, you'll start jumping those short ones. These guys won't do that anymore now.
The defender able to knock it away.
That's a wonderful job that time by the secondary. Everybody's in position, nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football, and it leads to another incomplete pass.
3rd down and 5. Has the run. And they tackle him down at the 37-yard line. Set up now at the 37. They're back at the line after that catch for a 1st down. Manning out of the gun. Ball is out. The defense has the football.
As a quarterback, you got to know when to get rid of the football. That time, he just holds on it too long, takes the hit, and fumbles it. Bad job.
The Seahawks retaking the field with their offense in a game that hasn't been very pretty here of late. Turnovers by both teams on the last 2 possessions.
Well, define the word pretty. I think if you ask the defensive teams, hey, they love this game. It's beautiful. So far the takeaways by the defense, that's the story. Always be alert for this quarterback to run the football when he gets the chance. He is excellent with it. He is a quarterback with the abilities of a running back.
2nd and 4. Wilson's on the move. Comes down with the defender tips it out.
Well, the defense has got to love that. They love it when a quarterback is uneasy for whatever reason or just not in rhythm. That time they see him throw off the back foot and the throw goes incomplete.
3rd and 4. Handoff out of the I formation. Jackson off the left side. Jackson's tackle right at the 28. 2-minute warning. Glad to have you back as we come out of the 2-minute warning here in the 1st half. Now 1st and 10. Here's the handoff to Marshawn Lynch. Talib's the one who brings him to the ground.
Good job by the offense here. Hustle up, get that football snap, conserve time, and most of all, conserve that timeout. Those are big down the stretch.
3rd down on the way. Here's the give to Fred Jackson. And it's going to be tackled, and that's going to bring us to 4th down. Timeout called by the defensive unit. 4th and 9 to go, and they're going to go for it.
Quarterback, he's changing the play with the wide receiver with those hand signals.
That'll be 5 yards. Delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense. Still 4th down.
The coach is going to go for it. The Seahawks from the 32. The Seahawks turn the ball over on downs. The Broncos do a great job here on defense, making the stop on 4th and long.
Yeah, 4th and long, there's only so few things you can do, Jim. So the defense was ready. They're well coached in situations like this, and they get it done.
First down at the 32. Thomas is got it. First down.
Well, the quarterback has such great confidence in the receiver. And why not? He's talented, and every time the football's thrown his way, he finds a way to make the catch.
Manning from the gun. Line going to take it the distance. The 10 going to take it home for the touchdown. The late touchdown here in the second quarter gives them a nice lead with the intermission looming, Phil.
Yeah, great job on their side. They got a nice lead, but I just want to give you a little warning now. This is professional football, and those are professionals on the other side, and they will fight back. So be ready to come out here and play the same way in the second half.
The Seahawks just can't stop them here before the half. And now they'll wait for the kickoff, facing a sizable deficit. The score's 35-19. He'll take it from the 1. And the tackle is made. The offense will start their drive from about the 31. Baldwin making his way back onto the field. Maybe it hasn't been the best first half for his team, but individually, he's had a heck of a game up to this point.
Yeah, he's played tremendous, no question about it. He's a great player, and what the offense has to do is take advantage of that and find ways to get points.
Intercepted! Here's a guy, Chris Harris, who came into the league as an undrafted free agent, and he's been making plays since day one.
He just worked his way up the food chain. He was a special teams player. Then he got a little spot duty at the end of the games. And now he is called upon to be the slot defender for the Denver Broncos. To me, Jim, I talk about it all the time. That might be the hardest job in the NFL.
After the incomplete pass, it brings up second down.
The Broncos at the line of scrimmage with their set of receivers in a bunch formation.
Manning's back in shotgun formation. Fowler's got the catch and the first. A foot race to the end zone. And he's in for the touchdown. What a play. What a run.
Nearing the half, and this one is a laugher.
Oh, well, yeah, one team's pretty happy about it, but how about on the losing end of it? How would you feel like to be being blown out here right before halftime? It's a terrible feeling, and I don't know if you can regroup in the second half.
The Seahawks are in shape now to return the kick. Makes the catch at the 7, and he runs it out to about the 27 before he's taken down. The Seahawks offense has been nowhere in sight here for quite a while. 3 consecutive drives that have come away empty. What about it, Phil?
That is the old phrase, MIA. They are definitely missing in action because there's no action on the offensive side. It's time for the quarterback to call the right plays.
Danny Trevathan gets to the quarterback.
Not a good job by the quarterback that time. Inside of 2 minutes in the first half, you got to get rid of the ball. If nobody's open, just throw it away. That time, he loses yards by taking the sack.
Loss of 3 on the play. And that's Talib, who almost came away with a pick. Now, looking at third down.
The Seahawks are at the line of scrimmage with a pair of backs split behind the quarterback. Wilson's on the move. It's caught by Baldwin. The Seahawks are going to burn the first of their 3 timeouts right here.
This play set up by the long gainer.
Miller gets to the quarterback. The Seahawks select to take a timeout here before the second down snap.
The offense has had time now to game plan, strategize after the timeout, and now they're ready to go. This will probably be the last play of the first half. They'll just spike it right here. No, wait, it's a fake spike, and they're going to throw.
The teams head to the locker room, and we'll be heading to the studio. So our pal Larry Ridley, as you watch the NFL on EA Sports.
Thanks, Jim. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to the EA Sports Halftime Report. The Seahawks are behind right now, but the home crowd should give them a boost. The Broncos have come in and looked good as the road team. We will just keep trying to play hard and maintain the lead going forward.
That return's good for about 22.
The Seahawks offense trots out onto the field, looking to get into the end zone and see if they can turn the tide in this one, partner.
Well, the fact that they are losing this game so far, the sense of urgency is there on the offensive side. You know, you have many plays in that playbook. I think they need to try a few different ones here in the second half.
Wilson's going to scramble. Stiff arms to stay on his feet. And that's Jackson in on the stop.
That's an excellent job by the quarterback, getting a few yards there with the run. You know, when you play against him, of course, anytime he drops back to pass, you've got to be alert for the run.
First down at the 48.
Wilson's taking off. And Vaughn Miller has him behind the line of scrimmage.
Nice job that time with the outside linebacker getting the sack. They ask a lot of these guys now. They are special players in the NFL. Stopping the run and the speed to get outside and get the sacks on the quarterback, too.
Loss of a couple that time. He's in the clear. The 10. Baldwin tackled down. The catches have come in bunches for this wide receiver, Phil.
Good job by this wide out today. He is finding a way to catch the football, but let's also give credit to the
full stop playing Madden. I can't hear it. I unmuted him and then it's quiet.
Different plays to find different ways for him to catch the football.
Runs it across. Touchdown.
I don't hear him, but it's quiet.
Oh, you just love it as a quarterback. You get down in there and it's first and goal and you score. Now you don't have to sweat the fact that, man, what are we going to do if he gets the third down? You don't have to worry about it. Good
it's Sunday.
Run. Nice touchdown.
Hand off. So they give up the touchdown, but they do not allow the
I can't wait until I start.
Good job that time by the defense. So quick and so ready for that play. They reacted very fast. That's
$14 an hour. God damn. Not training, but I just
ready for the kickoff.
Do one simple thing and it's $14 an hour. I just gotta stand up and hand out papers. It's only for like 4 hours. So it's part-time, right?
And no return here, so Manning will start this drive from the 20. The Broncos head back onto the field with their offense. We're going to see if they can keep the scoring onslaught going as we've seen touchdowns on consecutive possessions here, Phil.
Jim, these teams are so hot. And when you're hot like this on the offensive side, you just look at the coach and say, keep sending them in because we're going to make it work.
First down at the 20. He will not get away. He's taken down for the sack.
My mom said I might have to work 5 days a week.
Well, it's all about timing. I got to tell you something. The safety did a wonderful job timing the snap count that time. Caught everybody off guard, and he gets a sack on the QB.
We'll find out. But I don't know, it could be all random because Airport is like,
Second down here. Anderson's lined up directly behind the quarterback here. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
when I think 4 hours, because I know it's not full time.
On the offensive side, you have very few choices of how to pick up a first down. Call one of them and see if you get lucky and see if it works.
No, I think I do get a break actually.
Good job by the
Because like,
defense, all shifting inside. They're expecting a run up the middle.
Close out. And that's a touchdown. And they
I might get a break, I might not, because then once the airplane leaves.
This defense, they have some mindset, don't they? They practice it. Once they get the turnover, they try to take it all the way for the touchdown, and they get it done that time.
Is going to go from 2 yards out. They get it across and secure 2 extra points. The Seahawks now, no doubt, will onside kick it. As hard as they try, they fail to recover the onside kick. The Broncos are set to take the field again on offense after a crazy sequence that didn't go their way. That turnover led to turnover points. And now let's see if the offense can get that back, Phil.
Yeah, listen, I know they're going to be motivated because after they turned the football over last time, the coaches took them to the sideline and just gave them heck, that's for sure. That's a good way of seeing it. So motivation, you can't make those kind of mistakes. You've got to go out there and be much better.
Second down and 9. Fowler's got it. Pass that had some heat. That's his 4th catch of the day.
Keep the momentum on your side. You got a lead here in the second half. Nice play that time. You pick up the first down. Let's see if you can take advantage of it.
First down at the 20. There is a flag out.
Offside. Defense.
Defense was trying to guess the snap count, and it cost them there. All set up now at the 15. First down at the 15. And it's batted down.
It's tight down here in the red zone. So if you're a defender, read the quarterback. You make a quick break on the football. Hey, you get in a position like this, you can knock it down.
Dropping back now into the shotgun. Makes the reception.
The Broncos were trying to go down the field that time with the throw, but nobody's open. They throw it short. Doesn't fool the defense, and they get very few yards.
Third and 1. The reception by Daniels.
Good job that time by the offense. They pick up a first down inside the 20-yard line. Now we'll see if they can punch it in and get 7 points.
First and goal. To the ground.
If you want to run the football with success, you're going to have plays like this where they pick up very little yardage. Don't listen to the fans. Keep running it, and it'll work.
and goal from the 4. Makes the catch. Touchdown. In the 3rd, and they may be starting to pull away.
What a job coming out at halftime and just finding a way to score, put more points on the board, and pull away from your opponent. That is good halftime adjustment. Hey, interesting decision. I think we're going to see more two-point conversions in the league this year than ever before, because kicking an extra point from the 15-yard line, it's not a gimme anymore.
They're setting up the return. And he's tackled right at the 30-yard line after that return. The Seahawks offense preparing to get this drive underway. Their last possession ended in a touchdown. Phil, let's see if they can do it again.
Very well done. Loved what I saw out there on the offense the last time. They mixed it up and they showed a lot of confidence. You can see the speed of the football team and try to duplicate what they just did.
First down at the 30. Running room, and now he'll dip out of bounds. First and 10. Wilson's going to take off with it. Tries to get the feet down, but this will be ruled incomplete.
You got to try to avoid this as a quarterback. Don't throw off that back foot unless you have to. When you do, there's just no way you're going to be as good if you had good balance. That time the throw's off the mark.
Second down and 10. Pistol. First down at the 42. Looking to go down the field here, and that pass is going out of bounds, incomplete. Second and 10. Intercepted. Go their way for 2.5 quarters, and now the defense comes up with a play that perhaps could lead to something, Phil.
They didn't deserve for anything to go their way. They were not playing hard enough, and finally the defense showed some enthusiasm, some toughness, and they got that turnover.
The Broncos defense buckled down the last time and got the takeaway on the interception.
Yeah, give the players some credit, but also give the coaching staff a lot of credit. They were calling aggressive defenses, and when you keep being aggressive on the defensive side, sooner or later you're going to get that turnover.
The Seahawks will take the snap from the 45. Taking off. Gains 11. First down at the 34. Baldwin's got it on a pass, had some heat on it. 8th catch today so far.
My gosh, the wide receivers in the NFL, it's incredible. It's not that you have one. Every team has 2 and 3, and some have 4. Good job that time by him hauling in that pass. When you get down in the red zone, the offensive coordinator's got to call a play that deceives the defense. Let's see if he can do it. His team is down. He needs a big play here. First down by the offense in the red zone, and you know, if you're on the defensive side, you don't have to worry about deep passes anymore. You can be more aggressive and take some chances.
First and goal from the 7. Wilson's running away from the pressure. Marshall's able to read that play and make the hit.
The Seahawks offense, they go with the pass down here in the red zone. They throw the ball and it's completed, but it doesn't fool the defense. It gets very little yardage.
Wilson's completion percentage, 50% on the day. Second and goal from the 8. Marshall's all over the ball carrier.
When you get third and goal, a lot of times it just comes down to who's willing to fight the hardest. We'll find out here in a second.
Now moving the football to the 10-yard line.
Third and goal from the 10. Jackson takes it out of the eye.
What a job by the defense down on the goal line. They were playing run all the way. It was a run. They got the penetration, and they tackled the runner for a loss.
A short field goal try on the way. And it's a fake. Look at that concentration as he makes the grab.
Well, I don't know what to say about that decision right there. I did not like it. Take the points, kick the field goal. You tried to be too smart, and look what happened. The pass doesn't work, and now you're in a world of trouble.
The Broncos will try to hold on to the football. This has been one big turnover after another, Phil. Just what the coaches talked about in our meetings with him this week about ball security. It's not happening here.
Well, it tells you the players did not listen to the coaches, that's for sure, because ball security is not what we're seeing out there. I know this. Next week in practice, there's going to be a lot of drills about hanging on to the football.
The offense is backed up. Two tight ends on the field here. Anderson's handed the football. Not able to get away from Chancellor.
Always good to have these types of runs. Yeah, it's not a first down, but it sends a message. It shows everybody that you can run it when you want to, and also it opens up so many other things for your offense.
It's second down and 3. He runs with it right up the gut.
When you're backed up, there's just so few plays that you feel comfortable running. That time, nice job by the play caller. Gave the offense a chance, and they picked up a big first down.
First and 10. Sanders has got the catch and the first. That's his 5th catch of the day. The Broncos have 3.